G'day, Sandy Roberts here, and I'm glad that you can join me for the next couple of hours as we take a look at all the highlights from season 2000, a season that can only be described as truly memorable. Football followers watched in awe as the mighty Bombers conquered all that confronted them. Well, almost all. Just that one hiccup, wasn't there? Remember in round 21 against the Scraggers? Sheedy's machine, though, went on to take out the ultimate football prize as one of the shortest-priced premiership favourites in league history. But it wasn't just the Bombers that provided us with all the mercurial marks, the bone-crunching bumps and the freakish goals. There was the wizardry of Farmer and McLeod, the aerial skills of Modra and Bizzle, and the courage of Little Libber and Captain Courageous Paul Kelly. So now let's kick our biggest marks, biggest goals and biggest bumps program off with one of our game's most spectacular features. You guessed it, the big marks.
Wants it short, Jason Johnson running, finds some space and takes a beauty. That's a great mark.
Well, it was wonderful team play from Rioli to keep his opponent away.
Puts it in front of Hewitt. This will take courage. He did well, Rintoul.
He has got a huge heart, this kid Rintoul, hasn't he?
75 metres out, looking for Welsh. Great mark by Tarkin Lockyer, chipping in. Read it well, put himself on the line.
Oh, great courage there, going back Dunkley. What a wonderful mark that was.
His kick in short and too short. Burns, he dived in front of a moving locomotive. Acts of courage like that, to lift this club. And
McDonald, Farmer's got a chance. It's a hard one. Oh, Seymour, that is a mark.
Yeah, look, that's trademark Brett Seymour.
Johnson kicks it high, plenty of Port players there. Primer's backed into the pack, but Darcy
Possessed.
great grab from Luke Darcy.
Williams' vision was right. Williams takes off and then goes to full forward. And that's a terrific mark from Anthony Rocker.
We just watch him going back. Didn't take his eyes off the football. Wouldn't have known that Andrew Shaw was coming at that stage.
It's a low-scoring affair midway through the second quarter. Roos into attack, but only for a moment. Burns.
It's over the top is all right. Montgomery kicks it forward. And get another goal here to be handy. What a great mark, Luke Darcy. Wayne Carey late. Diving back into the pack where Angels fear to tread.
He ignores that and goes for distance, setting it up. Rapunda backs out of the contest. McIntosh did brilliantly. Going back, knew there were men coming up. So often it's so dangerous going back into that sort of space. Watch it again. Rapunda opted out. McIntosh, eyes only for the footy, oblivious to all else.
Bizzle, but Gale, outstanding mark. Really great contested mark from Benny Gale.
Kicking in danger has become fashionable after last week's incident.
Lynch was committed, Kingsley was committed, and it's the latter who's come up with the ball.
And have got a little bit of space. Clinton King kicks it forward. Wasn't that brave? That was terrific stuff by Tallis. Well, Richmond have a chance here, right up on their full forward line. Ben Holland trying to scrounge a goal. Oh, that is desperation personified by Jay Brawlings. He just wanted the footy.
Fletcher up forward and Lloyd, so they put their stars forward. Johnson's been great out of the middle. Here's Fletcher and McGrath and Hurd. Oh, we talked about their stars.
Great play here by Hurd and Fletcher just holding his ground too on McGrath.
Collingwood, numbers around the ball, picked up by O'Brien. The hurried kick floats back off the wing, but Theris with great courage. That could be a team lifter.
Knew he was in danger there, just back. He's very courageous player, Theris.
And then Ackerman has got a very quick kick away. Bretchell's half it. Oh, what a mark. Bretchell half a chance. Pickett took a beauty.
What about that? He's taken the mark and laid a shirt front.
And there's been a lot of goals in this match, kicked through free kicks. And Collingwood are 6 goals behind. As
great mark.
Courage.
Great courage there, boys.
I think he's just severely winded himself there. He got whacked in the side.
I reckon
very courageous, Scott Burns.
Stafford did pretty well. Read it best. Goods.
Look at that one, mate. Isn't that amazing, eh? Only Adam Gooch could do that. Let's watch this again on tele. Look at the eyes on the ball. Look at it. Did not waver 1 second.
Play on, that was Darren Goldsmith. So Barnes out of the air, down towards half forward. Look at that courage! Look at that courage from Michael Wilson. Sensational stuff.
Motlop. Harvey just banged it onto the boot. He had Peter Bell in great position.
What about that for courage, keeping an eye on the ball, wasn't it?
It's amazing, wasn't it? One thing with Peter Bell you never doubt is his courage, and we'll see this on replay shortly. He just goes in where Angels fear to tread. It was a very quick kick by Brent Harvey. He saw Lee Colbert coming, but he didn't care. He just had eyes for the ball and eyes for the ball only.
Bell trying to crash through, then the little handball was clever to Colbert, to Bell at half-back, kicks the ball to centre wing. Luff, that's courageous. Really good effort.
That is a great mark from Troy Luff, isn't it? And look at that. That's fantastic by Troy Luff. Full length with Wayne Carey coming behind you too, because you know Wayne Carey's going to make you earn it. So,
geez, there's some urgency about this Brisbane Lions side. They kicked the first goal, the Crows, but since then it's been all Brisbane.
Here's Voss. Oh, that's courage.
That's a mark. That is a great mark.
Yeah. The courage he requires. Look, he's coming back. There's a herd thundering down on him. He's got no way of knowing, and I guess Alastair Lynch was the one who did the smart thing.
Now Powell again, he is a goal kicker, does the discipline thing and centres it. Uze and Green.
Great mark.
Green takes the mark, and he is a real goal kicker. He's kicked 16 goals for the year, but really has had limited opportunities in the last few weeks, though that has really changed.
Yeah, a lot of courage too, young Brad Green. The good thing about that, eyes were on the ball. He didn't move away from the football. He knew quite well he was going to back in a bit of trouble, took the punt, and his eyes stayed on the ball and was rewarded with a great mark there by Brad Green.
Daffy wants it. Head to the centre square. He's been ignored. The lead is on. Aaron James could be a target. He's got to hit the pack hard. Getting back. Good, strong grab.
Oh, great courage by Sierakowski there to go in front of the pack there. Into danger.
That is VC material.
Well, he's a brave player, Sierakowski.
Off to Voss. Thompson shows extraordinary courage. Super mark. Backing into the pack, he's taken an absolute gem.
Brendan Gale in a bit of strife, that elbow causing him. Oh, great mark! Oh, that is just sensational by Harrison.
Now back to King. Kick by King up towards half forward. Kellaway Andrew. Good mark. Well, when you've got Silvani coming at you, you know you're in trouble, but he never took his eyes off it.
It was a brave mark. Take a bow.
Gee, there's some pace in those legs and some fresh legs. The kick to Crawford. Oh, Croft, terrific.
That's hurt Crawford more than Crofty.
They're both just about down and out.
That split him open on the
Might have
forehead
been a
there.
clash of
There'll
heads,
be blood
I think.
here.
Clash of heads.
Blood rule.
Just the classic clash of heads. Have a look at the two heads make contact here. There it is.
So Croft leaves the ground, Crawford stays on. He's got some time, didn't panic, got Scarlett, released him, kicks to half forward, important mark coming up. Bizzle was just terrific. It was on, wasn't it? It was on.
This is restructuring at its best with Big Benny Graham going up forward. They feel more confident going into the forward line, keeping the ball in the corridor. He was just loitering it. You see the kick that comes in on replay actually goes over Ben Graham's head. So he's hugging the spine, and it's giving the midfield more confidence.
Who hasn't let him down. Running support provided by Lloyd. Lloyd. Oh! Adam!
Showtime, boys. Showtime. He just goes up and uses the right hand to keep the opponent away and the left hand to drag the ball in.
Is this kid any good?
If there's any justice, he'll kick the goal now. That would just be one of the great pieces of play.
It's out in front. This hasn't been happening for Chris Grant this quarter. Looks for Hudson. He's got it. A slips catch.
That's brilliant football. Brilliant.
Well, he kicked 2 goals in the first quarter, playing his 200th game today.
Houlihan from about 50 metres. Hooks the kick, he'll land it in front of the goals. Good mark. Excellent mark taken by Thompson.
By Angelo Lekas. Kuda has shown us some magic today with his ball control.
You want ball control? I don't mind.
Kitalinko.
You want ball control. Speak to Brendan Favola.
King and then Grant, and they had to take it off on Hilton. Oh, Richardson's playing some sort of a quarter here. Well, what a monster kick this is. He's played the most inspiring opening term against great opposition.
3.5 minutes to go, Chris. As Parker kicks towards centre-half forward. Waterhouse worked out of it by Solomon. Terrific mark.
Yeah, he's got runners out wide here.
A good build-up here. Maxfield's been lively. He's got Seymour running. Will he pop it? He does. Tough ball. Great mark. Terrific mark.
Yeah, that is a terrific mark. Absolutely no idea what was coming behind him, Brad Seymour. Didn't take his eyes off the ball at all.
Looks to play on. Winston Abraham kicks it to the advantage of Carey. He's got it. Big job for Prestigiacomo. A very difficult opponent to contain for the whole of the match, Wayne Carey. Freeborn looks to play on. Magpies get a goal here. Listen to the roar. Tarrant! The man of the day! Chris Tarrant has taken a specky in the goal square. What a magnificent effort by Tarrant. Has he come to life now?
The little rev I gave Chris, obviously, before half-time, still ringing in his ears. Great play there by Tarrant.
Edwards' quick kick and looking for Rand. He's in good position. 1, 2, 3!
Yes! It wasn't convincing. He was underneath it, but he got the big hand back, bounced it up.
What about
the
the
left
way-
hand came back and controlled it beautifully. Didn't move.
Didn't he stand his ground?
It's mine. You can't take that off me.
It is David Neitz. Schwartz wants it. The lead is on. The kick's got to be good. He does it with a one hand. David Schwartz can have a shot. And he did it well, holding his opponent at bay with one hand.
But that doesn't mean to say that the Magpies are out of this. Harvey kicks the ball to the goal square. Oh, he's too good. He's just too good, Carey. He is a star. Wayne Carey has kicked 3 goals.
To 4-1 Harvey from Everett, and then torpedoes it to about 30 metres, low nearly. That's a good effort. It's been paid, is it?
I would like to have a close look at that, Bruce, because, look, it was a great effort with the one hand, and he does have huge hands. Full marks for the effort. He just has that one big hand sticking out, and, oh, no, he kept that up.
That is a great mark.
That is
All
brilliant.
the way.
2 goals, 2 apiece. Kicked by Lacuria. Oh! One-hander by Anthony Rotten. If you don't mind.
Well, I'm so impressed with this player now. He has made giant strides, Anthony Rocker.
Richmond 21 to Collingwood 11.
One-on-one contest. This is a big battle. Campbell, he's got it. The mark has been paid. He's a bit too big for Mark Orchard. They locked arms, and Wayne Campbell has taken a very, very good mark.
It was a good kick, though. Went to the right side. On his side of the play there.
Oh, it hit the ground. Hit the ground. Mark Johnson. Yep. He kept stoned a minute, but Hurd took the mark, wanted the handball. Still he wanted to go. Came over the top. No free kick. Sanderson around the corner. Ramanaskas.
Oh, you don't mind.
He may get a vote, Joe, this young fella tonight.
Gets it to Jason. Lloyd's on the burst. Goes to fall forward. Lloyd sets himself and takes a marvellous mark.
That is a brilliant piece of football in there. Very hard. Everybody knows how hard it is to catch it with one arm while you're fending off with the other. But to catch it on your shoulder bone, what do you call that? The collarbone. There's a lot of bounce off that thing. It's pretty hard.
Uses Blakey, who was terrific in the first quarter and a half. Banks the centre-half forward and...
Let's have a look at this again. There's a pack of about 6 players, and Wayne says, no, thanks very much, guys. Can you just get out of the way? I want to take a one-hander.
That's where this lad's important. Just occasionally takes that mark, so it stops the game, doesn't it?
What an impact he's had. And he was quick to look up and try and lay it off, but the Brisbane fans loved it. 7-6 to 1 straight as Pickett goes looking for McKernan. Oh, big leap from Dean Wallace. He takes it. Oh, he came down.
I mean, it's okay, I think, to isolate one incident, so the umpires have got to pay them if they're there. They've got to umpire by the rules. Great mark by Dean Wallace.
Signalled out a moment ago to Nix. Nix's kick is pretty good to Creswell and a very clever mark.
Just a regulation one-hander for Darren Creswell.
Kicks in short. Clark takes the mark. Kicks quickly. Well done. Good kick. Oh, well done, David Mensch. Was a good kick, Richard, wasn't it? You mentioned that from Clark.
Kick by Dodd to Fletcher. That's a mark.
That's a good mark.
That is a mark.
Yep.
Oh!
I tell you what, the teamwork from Fremantle at the moment is just fantastic. Every time they look up and they want to shoot a handball out, they always seem to have the play.
Getting his man, Motlop, Simpson, so they've got some run. Harvey.
Carey goal square.
To put them back in front. It's a long kick. Carey!
Oh, what a grab. What a mark.
He's got to go back and kick the goal, but that is just... That could well be the mark of the year.
It's a great mark. This is something special. One hand going backwards under pressure. May have been, we'll check on that. Looks like Tawney.
Yep.
Oh, great grab by Ramanaskas. A one-hander.
Hurt tries to squeeze it out and he gets it back somehow and then forces forward to 20 metres from goal, and Lloyd takes another very good mark.
Well, he did it once earlier with the right arm. This time he's done it with the left arm. I mean, he just doesn't have any weaknesses.
He's actually turned into a very strong bloke, isn't he? Very strong man.
Chance here, can go on, then straightens up, kicks it long, but the... oh, well done, Graham. That was a great mark because he was out position. It looked as if he was. He took a sensational mark.
I watched him a long time before the ball got there, and you watch the momentum. He just keeps helping him back that way. A half fall in, isn't it?
Through comes Barnard, like a raging bull. It's a flat-looking punt. And a half forward, and we'll just pluck it with the one hand. James Hird.
Well, there's a question there, Robbo, as we have a look at this genius take the ball.
He takes his own advantage, Nick Holland. Long to pull forward. Croat sets. Good mark. At last. Well, I'm sure it's the first mark this quarter since Trent Croat has been sent forward. He's had a few chances. It might have been a free anyway if he hadn't taken the mark.
Banfield upended, kept his cool, got it to Morrison. Morrison drives around the outer side. He marked it. I was going to say, surely a free kick.
Yeah. Well, let's just take a quick look at Fletcher. This really was a sensational mark, and I agree with you. I thought it was going to be a free kick at the start.
The Hawks trying to switch. A little dangerous. Chick has to be good here. Oh, he is. Had to be good, and he was. Can they get it away in time? 25 seconds.
One goal to each team in this last quarter. It's dried up to centre-half forward McKernan. He'll claim it. Now he can thump it.
Lost his boot. Hart takes the hand pass from Johnson, who's on the ground. In towards it, full ball. Oh, Alistair Lynch! Is that the mark of the year? What an absolute gem! Have a look at this again. You get over 500 frequent flyer points for those.
He's got it now and he kicks inside the 50, and Modra takes a spectacular diving mark. What a beauty. All about judgment.
I saw Longmuir going for the kick, but have a look at this by Tony Modra. Fantastic play, and he's just been in exceptional form for Fremantle.
Dreadful kick by Grant. Maxfield's kick to O'Loughlin, and he's got it. Gee, Shannon Grant's kick was poor, and Maxfield chipped in, and Mickey O'Loughlin's taken a good mark. Now he wants to play on.
Not quite quick enough. So Melbourne through Phoebe and Kogo up towards half forward. Schwartz is at the back, almost edged out his man. Instead, he took a fine mark.
To the ball now when they get to here.
There's young Chambers, who's been terrific for East Perth. His first game.
That's a super mark.
Well, that's how they've got to get into it. They just have to rely on extraordinary feats, one out.
What a great mark. He might go in, but that's where he goes. Suddenly it opens up, and just the acceleration from Lappin to be able to set it up to Lynch. Croft, but Lynch just too strong. And Croft in despair. He tried his guts out to get something meaningful on it. I think he thinks that he did get a bit of a fist to it, but you'd have to pay the mark.
It's a great mark.
Overrun by Buckley, but he's got another chance. Short pass for Anthony.
Oh, it's a great mark. It's a great mark. Good vision, Buckley. The kick wasn't quite good enough, but Anthony Rocket, desperate, dived, got the hands behind it. Just watch Buckley. Ball's going away from Rocket.
To also to James McDonald and Jeff Farmer. And for Sydney,
Through to Michael O'Loughlin as he juggles it, and he's got it. Well, he got him back in the game in that third quarter. Keeps the ball alive. Robinson, great play by Powell to the square. Woden! He's got it. And take a bow, Stephen Powell. Magnificent play on the outer side of the ground. He's made something out of nothing. And Shane Woden has taken a screamer.
Kick forward by Woden into the forward 50. They've got it again. He's good, this kid. I've underestimated their ability. They've got 8. They'll probably get 9 in the first term. He has got a lot of natural talent.
This kid, the cricketer,
yeah,
he
cricketer and tried out for Manchester United under 15s.
Has he made the right decision? I think he might have.
And then on the counter burst, and Eagleton running to keep going a bit further if he wants to. Not a bow. Just taken it back into the man. A beauty.
Put it up over him, didn't he? Won't be happy about that, Garlic.
That is brilliant. Up like this as we see a replay of Mark Johnson. Look at this, right over the top. Didn't get it at the first attempt, but kept his eyes on it.
Goes back. Aussie Jones up and under. White and Sierakowski. Sierakowski forces one and all. Good mark. Good juggling mark by Sierakowski. He's been in good form.
Back to Ramiro. Keep an eye on him, Dipper. The kick from Ramiro to fall forward. Hayward's good to get back. And Graham.
He's paid the mark.
He's going to pay it.
I'd love to have a look at that again. Gives the hands to it and keeping the eye on the ball.
This is Snell, kicks inside the 50. Hocking came from behind to take the mark. That was terrific.
Going into the pocket here very short. This mark is a great mark.
Cook gives it away to Ship. He looks up towards the half-forward line, up towards the 50. McManus edged out. That's classic. Very, very good by Brett Voss.
Simon Beaumont's got it at half-back. Oh, how would you like to be in this Carlton lineup? Be beautiful, wouldn't it? Lappin, Silvani, second attempt. What a mark.
He squared the ball up beautifully here for Silvani. Took the ball out in front. Pressure by Carroll was good.
In the wilderness for a couple of years after a stellar 1997 when the Saints made the grand final. This is Clark. Graham, not quite. Oh, is it? Yes. Phenomenal mark by Ben Graham.
And it opens up for Geelong. It's still a fairly crowded forward line, but he might just loop it over the top. No, he kicks it high. Hocking and Mitchell come from the side. Hocking took the mark. No, yes.
Good effort, wasn't it? Quick through the midfield there, but good work by Gary Hocking. Just body strength there. Able to keep his opponent away from the ball and just determination.
The Bell's just so professional at the contest.
Lang trying to hold
Good work.
Gee, they found one here.
There's a lot to like about this fella.
He's got a lot to like. He's wobbly kick. Martin and Holland. Holland did very, very well.
Now, this is probably the area where Nick Holland kicks most of his goals. He actually kicks through the ball. A slight easterly blowing here today, so if there is any breeze, it'll be just coming fractionally over his right shoulder.
He's
That's
very
that body work I spoke
yeah,
of earlier.
he's very.
On the boundary line, another dangerous player. Look at that. Look at that. It's pure magic from Matthew Lloyd.
That should really feature as one of the marks of the year, don't you reckon?
I agree.
I mean, in the circumstances that he was in, to get a hand to it and then control it was magnificent.
Well, what we're seeing on display here is a battle that could go on and on and on for the next decade. Krogh versus Lloyd. And at this stage, Lloyd...
jumper? Held his jumper?
Yeah, it was a free kick, but he got it anyway.
Steinfurt's kick to centre half forward. Marking Conklin. Oh, spectacular! Great stuff! What the crowd comes to see when they go to AFL footy. Clint Bizzle flying high and takes a great mark about 45 metres out.
Oh, Gerald, I was just looking through the stats yesterday, and he has 30 contested marks and 42 uncontested, and that is a better percentage, I would say, than just about any other player in the league for contested versus uncontested mark.
Ratton kicks inside the 50. Big leap, Ingerson.
He's a good player, this bloke. He doesn't get enough rewards for his effort, especially in media.
He ignores Wallace and goes more directly down the road. Oh, sensational mark by Lloyd. A one-hander. Shades of his teammate Adam Ramanauskas not so long ago.
Rigoni's handball to Woden.
Is effective, and it allows Woden to kick in towards the forward line once again.
Great mark.
Magnificent diving mark by David Neitz.
He does have super hands, David Neitz. I mean, that is almost like a goalkeeper in soccer.
Look at this again.
Just throws himself
Stretched
sideways.
to the limit, and that's a mighty dive.
Diamond space to Prescott. Prescott just forward of the wing, kicks inside the 50. Modra! Always his. He was third in the queue, but you could sense it. It was vintage Tony Modra.
Well, that is just a sensational mark from Tony Modra. He got the big kick in from the, and that's really got the crowd going in the very early parts of this game.
Goes in towards half-back. Hickmott has been busy. Chipping in towards... Oh! One of the marks of the year. Taken by the high-flying Trent Crode. Well, he was just hanging, wasn't he?
They're the ones you love, aren't they? You just sit up there, you go a bit early and just hang on someone's back. That's a ripper.
Sensational.
Oh, brilliant by Rasciuto. 55 metres out. Long to the goal square. Oh, sensational mark! Oh, Kinnear, just about on his backside.
Mastrade him down too. Didn't get the free kick, but it was a good mark.
Oh, have a look at this. You won't see too many like this season.
Quick to play on, around onto that left foot. Thumps it, nearly to the goal square. Oh, terrific mark. Rowan Smith from behind had the leap, the run, the jump, and affected the mark beautifully.
It was a perfect kick.
Second goal of the quarter. Go, Dick.
It was a perfect kick there. Just kept it up high for Smithy and put it in his area. He just took a terrific mark. I don't see a lot of marks like that these days.
Hard contributed.
Barlow kicks down to the half-forward line. Oh, Fletcher! Is that more like Royce? Well, that was one great grab. He went early, and he just sat there on the shoulders here of Holland, then pulled down a ripper.
Melbourne will go forward here. Kick by Uze in towards full forward. Farmer! You little beauty! Now the crowd were a little dormant, but by gee, they know they're at a footy match now.
Oh, Robbo, that's the thing about Jeff Farmer. When he just, that was just a ripper. Absolute rip snorter, that mark.
You could see it coming, couldn't you? I mean, the kick was beautiful to him.
It was a great kick by Uze then.
To take the lovely sit. Got the ball wide. It was Milburn, actually, to Houlihan. Houlihan's kick. Oh, spectacular mark! Wonderful mark by Bizzle. You know all about him, Doug.
Yeah, he can certainly kick the ball too, Robbo, this young fella.
Trianides. Can he use the ball well? Pumps it inside 50. Barry Hall. Oh, what a grab! David Burke. He can take a grab.
And he was getting towed up by Burke, and then Burke really capped it off by taking the mark of the day.
And there it is. Well, that's a great leap.
Breaks loose. Stenglein been outstanding for a young
player. That is unbelievable. Oh, there's always something in a game of football. There's always something to be salvaged. Look at that. Knee up. Good grab.
2 weeks ago. That's another poor kick which won't make the distance. And a fantastic mark is taken by Dixon. Mark of the day for Dixon.
Well, no doubt about that. Here's the mark once again, Drew. We will see it once again. That was an absolute ripper by Ben Dixon. 15 points is the margin in favour of... Oh! He had the sit from third in line, jumped high, controlled it all the way down.
Fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah, it was a terrific leap.
Well, at least keep themselves within touch. They need to get another couple. They've got 3 minutes to do it in. Oh, what a big grab from Tarrant! You've got to admit that there is some young talent down there, and young Tucky as well, who's not playing today, is another forward of the future.
Is that some young talent or some young talent, you said?
That would be talent, Richard.
Phoebe just shares the ball with Neitz to the square. Farmer looks dangerous. He's got it.
Well, Robertson would have taken it if Farmer hadn't it, I think.
I could see him coming. He has launched himself. And this is great for football because the crowd here today at the MCG has seen a player not touch the ball in the first half. He was benched. And he's come onto the ground. And in 22 minutes, he's kicked 5 goals.
He's got Johnson on short, or he can go longer. He goes longer. Down towards Neitz and Swartz. Farmer! He's got unbelievable! Oh, that is unbelievable! This is the goal number 10.
He has kicked, Anthony, 9 straight.
Have a look at that.
Yes.
Well, the way that he has played has been athletic. It's the Hawks going forward. Oh, big leak from Trent Crode. He might have knocked the stuffing out of himself taking the mark, but what a beauty.
Shades of Warwick Capper in that one, I think. He was all over his opponent, but what a fantastic mark.
Well, we've seen some great highlights here on the weekend, but not too many better than that.
Sydney, of course, have been in tight spots before. They've lost 5 games by under 10 points. So if it comes to the crunch in the last quarter, they...
Oh!
What a mark!
The man of the moment.
Paul Kelly. Oh, that is fantastic.
We will take another look at that, and that is just great stuff. Have a look at that. He got a great lift up there on the Fremantle back.
Pickett just waited for the traffic to go by. Then he wasn't sure who to kick to, so he unloads to centre half forward Carey.
Oh, you're guilty!
Nice ball. Well, you get the feeling that the Kangaroos needed something like that. I reckon something a bit inspirational. But for a young kid in his 3rd match, that is a great leap. I wonder if he will have a shot here. Oh, it's got pretty good distance. Robin right on the line!
Oh, guilty!
Oh, Matty Robin! Spectacular stuff.
Matthew Robin has been one of the few players to produce for them for the whole match. That was a corker of a mark.
Did well, good body pressure, Franchina. Dancing feet to Massey. A couple of youngsters combined to the half-forward line. Hamill! Oh! What a leap! Can he jump?
35, 40 metres in front of himself, so he took a couple of bounces, then hooked the kick, and a great mark. A desperate leap from about 30 line, Nick Holland, and he's marked the ball probably too far out to score.
And look once again at that classical Holland mark as Joel Smith comes onto the ground. Richard Taylor is off for the moment. Jason Saddington, clever young player, looks in towards half forward. Kelly over the top. Vintage Paul Kelly.
He hasn't played much football, but he's trying to get mark of the year.
And look at this, he plays on now.
What, 3 or 4 matches?
Here it is.
Oh, he's a great
Well, his first game back, Robbo.
Yeah.
He took an absolute screamer.
Yeah.
So let's see if McPherson, who's not a renowned goal kicker, can finish it off for him.
Moorcroft's little give to Johnson. Johnson back to full forward. Solomon takes a magnificent mark.
Beauty.
One of the marks of the year.
That's just a screamer, no other word for it. Over the top of a big pack. O'Reilly, Lucas, they're all in it.
To Bickley, who comes away from that last line of defence, kicks a high ball. What a grab, Rawlings! Incredible! He's had a fantastic season, and this is a great mark. McGregor's a big man. He had the set, and that's a classical mark.
Taking it quickly, goes for Graham. The young boy Baldwin down there, but wide over the top. Celebrating with a big grab.
He would have won gold medal for high jump for that one.
Oh, working beautifully, Debba.
You wrote the rule, Jared. You're on the committee, aren't you?
No, Kevin Bartlett runs that committee.
Wonderful mark by Crawford. Sensational mark.
Shit.
He hung forever.
That could be mark of the year.
That is absolutely brilliant.
That's a great shot from that angle.
Will go forward here. Kick by Uze in towards full forward. Farmer! You little beauty!
So if it comes to the crunch in the last quarter, they... What a mark!
The man of the moment.
Paul Kelly. Oh, that is fantastic.
Stengline's been outstanding for a young player.
That is unbelievable.
Look at that, knee up, good grab.
Pumps it inside 50, Barry Hall. Oh, grab! David Burke, he can take a grab. Burke really capped it off by taking the mark of the day.
Kevin Barnes runs off with him.
Wonderful mark by Crawford. Sensational mark. He hung forever.
That could be mark of the year.
That is absolutely brilliant.
That's a great shot from that angle.
Carlo, it's down the half-forward line. Oh, Fletcher! Is that more like Royce? Well, that was one great grab. He went early, and he just sat there on the shoulders here of Holland and pulled down a ripper.
15 points is the margin in favour. He had the sit from third in line, jumped high, controlled it all the way down.
Fantastic, isn't it?
It was a terrific leap.
Down towards Meeks and Swartz. Got pretty good distance. Robin right on the line! Matty Robin!
Matthew Robin has been one of the few players to produce for them for the whole match. That was a corker of a mark. Prescott just forward of the wing, kicks inside the 50. Modra! Always his. He was third in the queue, but you could sense it. It was vintage Tony Modra.
Well, that is just a sensational mark from Tony Modra. He got the big kick in from him, and that's really got the crowd going in the very early parts of this game.
I wonder if you had your top 10 in that order. It's always a pretty good way of kicking off a rather healthy argument, isn't it? But there's no doubting the ability of a fully fit Tony Modra. And what about the efforts of Paul Kelly, managing to regain some scintillating form following a season-threatening knee injury? And then, of course, there's the King, King Carey, with that desperate diving mark against the Bullies. And just to keep you arguing and debating a little, there was always a couple of controversial ones in there as well. Well, time now to turn from aerial skills to running skills, and in particular the art of landing those bone-crunching tackles and bumps.
Lovely looking kick. Marty's the player from behind. Almost completed the mark. Liberatore, as you can hear from the crowd. Johnson gets crunched and he got a bad bounce. I thought the bump looked pretty fair, but the advantage is being paid.
Brad Johnson's okay. He's got his head up, so must have been something on the other side, which the umpire was on that side, so you've got to give him the benefit of the doubt. Here he is here. He certainly kept the elbow in, but he's got him just a touch high, no doubt about it.
Black does well, gets it off to Lappin, who was still running. Michael Voss, the look-away hand pass. Talk about look away. He didn't look away, and he copped that one, and Rowan Smith sees the turnover.
Well, St Kilda going forward, the kick in the direction of Everett. He's got a chance. He'll kick a goal, won't he? No, he won't. He's been brilliantly run down by Andrew Shorville from behind.
That could be, Robbo, this is a big statement, but that could be the end of the game right there. Let's have a look at this. Everett, all the time in the world. That is a fantastic. Young players out there today. That's why coaches tell you, second efforts, never give up.
For Brisbane, because away went Lepage, confronted by Rice, crashes past, run down.
Good run of Massey.
Well done. Terrific stuff by Massey, and he's going to be rewarded, much to the delight of Doug Hawkins, who obviously loves the fact that the fella came from a long way.
But his handball goes to Monkhurst.
Well done.
Who can feed Thompson, who's going to be run down here. He's gone. Great play, young Spriggs.
Good chase, wasn't it? Very good chase.
Just foot speed.
Gee, terrific chase by Spriggs, wasn't it? And Nathan Brown has taken the mark. Handball away, Southern. He's caught. Should be penalised. Only had a split second, but certainly had the chance.
Running backwards, though. And Hunter had to be quick. Oh, he sold Curley into all sorts of trouble.
How good was the tackle, though? Jared Malloy's steel in his arms, and he wasn't rewarded with the free kick. Maybe he thought Curley didn't have a chance to get rid of it. Bang, crash, wallop.
Yeah, looking around a bit confused at the moment.
Where am I?
King, go to first, using the ball, that's where he is.
Andrew Thompson's going to have a headache. If Jason Mooney doesn't get another kick for the day, he's had a contribution.
That's a dangerous kick with Pickett at the back. Spriggs and Pickett.
Tackle.
That's a ball up.
Well, that's the right decision, but it's also a brilliant tackle. He has grabbed him by the arms, the ball, the entire body and just crushed him to the ground.
With Johnson doing the shepherding and then lets himself down with a kick. Bradley again caught. The ball is held.
Matthew lapping off for Darren Hughes. But it was a good decision because Bradley didn't have an opportunity to get rid of it.
Goes over the top. Davis
kick the goal.
Taken out by Contessa. What football.
How far does he want to go?
Sensational stuff.
Hocking's away. He might have been going for the boundary line on that occasion. Ling, rode the bump, but it's still in. Then he got one for his own measure. Cameron Ring, he did really well, didn't he?
Burke was great in that first quarter. Tried to be pulled off the ball. Bigland's an impressive young player. Look at Burke, magnificent tackle. Well, he is the spirit of St Kilda.
Towards half-forward, Peckett, beautiful roving. Here's a chance for the Saints, but look at the tackle. Sensational Matthew Carr. He hit a quick wall, and he's lost the ball.
I'm not sure the umpire really gave him a great opportunity to get rid of that football. There it is. If there's prior opportunity there, Doug.
That was Foster the first game of getting it out. Well, he gave away the last free kick and Barker's second goal. Vice-like tackle, and down went Lynch. The umpire said he didn't have any chance to get rid of it, and it'll be a baller. What a ripper by Chick. Did he mean that? Sure. And nobody really has got all that close to them yet. But the Crows really take it up. Oh, what a tackle! That is a sensation by Hardwick. And all you win is a baller.
Gee whiz, Tyson Edwards, I mean, there he is, Gertie. He was off and going here. It's an absolute great tackle, and I mean, he was flying, Edwards, to stop a bloke in full flight. It's very strong work by Hardwick.
And then a fantastic hit and shot on Hamill. Hamill was wonderful to get up. Freeborn's handball. Camporelli just went without it. Caught by Blundfield. No free kick. It's as hard in the centre square as it was in the first 5 minutes right now.
Who's still down?
Camporelli's
That
in
is
trouble.
magnificent aggression. There didn't look to be anything untoward in either of those clashes. Jason Johnson went in hard, and then we see Blundfield. That's a good hip and shoulder. He caught him on the upper arm. There's no problems with that bump there.
Spun him. Up and under, Luff, normally a good mark. Got pushed underneath. Matthews has given to Schwass, and then Archer got rid of Schwass. A couple of old teammates, and he hurt him too.
Yeah, he just was really open there, Wayne Schwass, as he was coming through the pack, and Glenn Archer coming their way. Just watch him, he didn't quite see it, but he was nothing untoward about it, just a good solid hip and shoulder. But unfortunately for Wayne Schwass, here we see very wide open, and Archer just met him with a hip and shoulder.
Young Stevens, no free kick to the Kangaroos. Well done, Wolf, to keep it in. Terrific effort by Crouch. Colbert hard at him.
That does take courage to run with the flight of the ball like he did then, knowing that Colbert was coming the other way, and just eyes for the footy.
Is that a fair bump? It looked a fair bump when I first saw it. Is that a fair bump? He's left the ground, hasn't he?
Ball not quite pinned in. Garlic to Smith, to Johnson.
Tackle.
What a tackle. An absolute ripper. And you are a legend. Matthew Whelan, the boy who played his football in Darwin.
Who has been one of their guns this year midfield. He was looking for Walsh. He's had a great great tackle on Camporelli. And Walsh, can he keep the ball alive? He can't. He's had it 16 times today, the Camporelli's 8. It's been a great duel, a great matchup.
Ball at the back, running and bouncing. The little give is a good one. Ashcroft, he's gone. The handball to Lawrence, to Lappin. Lappin goes to ground. The handball to Power. Left foot the side. What a game. Kicks to O'Loughlin. Well done, Wellman, to get back and just get the hand away. And then Lucas Steep. Hardwick crunched into a goal. O'Loughlin's put the Swans in front.
Nice old-fashioned shirt front. Well done by Wellman, backing back into the pack. Terrific stuff to do that. Bring the ball to the ground. Lucas who's pushed back. Good handball, and well done by Matthew Nixon.
Kicks it down towards half forward. Can the Eagles muster a goal here? It's a race. White is coming up. Cook just crashes into White. White goes down and he's hurt.
And I reckon he's grabbed his knee at the end. I'd like to have a look why he's grabbed his knee, because it was his right knee, and probably that's just where Troy Cook has hit him.
Kemp from half back, kicking towards half forward. Philip Matera flattened the umpire. Matera's hurt, but the umpire is hurt even more. The umpire copped the full brunt of Philip Matera charging up on the lead, and he didn't know what hit him. Watch this again, just backing back. nowhere to go for Matera.
And I tell you what, Matera's in some trouble too. So I reckon he's copped one on the jaw.
Alvy's on if he can get it to him. Probably can't get all the way.
Great chase. That is a magnificent chase by Angelo Legas, and he had a word to him. And 15-metre penalty. And 15-metre penalty on top of that.
Oh, no. Yeah.
He has chased about 30 or 40 metres to get him after the fumbled bounce.
Looks as though his nose has been patched up. Play goes on. Good interception there. It's Blakey in trouble, in all sorts of strife.
Well, John Blakey has just received one of the best hip and shoulders of the year. Let's have another look at it. He goes through, and through comes Jason Johnson, just a young player, but Matthew Lloyd's going to line up for goal from some 50 metres out.
Oh, that's a clash of a couple of semis.
But his handball goes to Monkhurst.
Well done.
Who can feed Thompson, who's going to be run down here. He's gone. Great play, young Spriggs.
Good chase, wasn't it? Gee, terrific chase by Spriggs, wasn't it?
Yeah, fantastic.
No free kick to the Kangaroos. Well done, Wolf, to keep it in. Terrific effort by Proud. Colbert hard at him.
That does take courage to run with the flight of the ball like he did then, knowing that Colbert was coming the other way. And just eyes for the footy.
Hocking's away. He might have been going for the boundary line on that occasion. Or wing. Oh! Rode the bar, but it's still in there. He got one for his own measure. He did really well, didn't he?
That was Foster the first game of getting it out. Well, he gave away the last free kick and Barker's second goal. Ice-like tackle, and down went Lynch. What a ripper by Chick. Did he mean that?
That was a great tackle.
King goes burst into the ball. That's where he is.
Andrew Thompson going to head up. Jason Mooney doesn't get another kick for the day. He's had a contribution.
Marnie's the player from behind. Almost completed the mark. Liberatore, as you can hear from the crowd. Johnson gets crunched, and he got a bad bounce. I thought the bunt looked pretty fair.
Brett Johnson's okay. He's got his head up, so must have been something on the other side, which the umpire was on that side, so you've got to give him the benefit of the doubt. Here is here. He certainly kept the elbow in, but he's got him just a touch high, no doubt about it.
Atkins takes him on, gets the 52, takes another one on, goes over the top. Davis
kick the goal.
Taken out by Poncessa. What football? I don't want to go. Sensational stuff. Running and bouncing. The little give is a good one. That's Crop. He's gone. The handball to Lawrence. To Lappin. Lappin goes to ground. The handball to Power. Left foot. What a game. Probably can't get all the way.
Great chase. That is a magnificent chase by Angelo Legas, and he had a word to him. And 15-metre penalty. And 15-metre penalty on top of that.
Oh, no. Yeah.
He has chased about 30 or 40 metres to get him after the fumbled bounce.
It's as though his nose has been patched up. Play goes on. Good interception there. It's Blakey in trouble, in all sorts of strife.
That is a good.
He's down and looks as though he may stay down.
Well, John Blakey has just received one of the best hip and shoulders of the year. Let's have another look at it. He goes through, and through comes Jason Johnson, just a young player, but Matthew Lloyd's going to line up the goal from 50 metres out.
That's a clash of a couple of semis. Boy, I'm glad that was John Blakey and not me. But Jason Johnson asserting some ferocious aggression as early as the Ansett Cup, and it was that aggression that was to become the trademark for the Bombers outfit in season 2000. Determined, of course, to shake off that now famous Marshmallows tag. Well, it's time now to have a look at the great goals throughout the year, and there are some absolute classics amongst them. I can tell you that our top 10 took a lot of adjudicating, but I reckon you're going to enjoy this classic collection. Let's kick it off now with the one and only Wizard in action.
Straight through his demon teammate and really hurt him. Comes back to Powell, gets it to Farmer. One strike too many. The kick's got a bit on it though, and it's going to go through for a goal. Can you believe it? Well, I I thought he took a stride too much. Dragicevic tried to run him down, but it always looked a chance of the run, didn't it?
Can I also say, there was another player 10 metres on the side of the pack from where the action was. I mean, it's been an unusual game. There are a lot of loose players either side of the pack. She's a funny ball, but sometimes she runs okay.
Coming through is Spriggs, kicks it up towards the wing. In front is Parker. He's got some toe for a man that tall. Well played. Storms through. Prescott back to Parker. Runs to 50. Can he finish? What a great goal. Long range bomb from Shane Parker.
Well, you hit it on the head when you said he's got a bit of toe for a tall man. He's a very, very quick defender, is Shane Parker. Often, sometimes, a little bit unsure of what he's going to do. But he's played the right thing here. Just pushed the ball forward. Gave out the quick handball. And this is great play and a real uplifting goal for the Dockers. Exactly what they needed because Geelong have burst out of the blocks in the opening of this quarter.
Croft goes out very wide. Awkward bouncing ball. Grant, well done. Handball support coming from Hunter. Still Hunter. Inboard, wind, still Hunter. Beautiful running.
He can go all the way,
Hunter. He can nearly kick a goal. Line it up and kick it. It's coming back. It's a goal. Goal of the year. If anyone can beat that, you get to see it. Kingsley Hunter's gone the length of the ground, full Manasseh style, and has kicked a magnificent goal for the Bulldogs.
You can see that coming. Fantastic play.
Well, the link work there is Scotty Wine. And how often do you see a player, after a long run, not being able to put a decent kick up?
I don't think that was such a decent kick, but it did everything right that went through, didn't it? Outside 50 as well.
Hello, Lowe's kick was a wobber. Harvey, brilliant! Harvey, brilliant! Can he kick another one and really get them in it? Oh, he's done it!
Oh, that's magnificent.
Overfolded by Robert Harvey.
That was one of the most inspirational passages of play that I've seen in a long, long time. If they're going to win the game, that we speak about turning points. Unbelievable.
It is unbelievable. It's Robbie Harvey. As you said, Robbo, just inspirational. It's one of those passages of play that there's not a huge number of Eagles supporters here tonight, but they would all almost be applauding that, even though it's got St Kilda right back in this game.
Towards Alessio. 2-on-1, look at Buick. He just read it beautifully. Stayed over the back. Blighty's happy with it as he decides to take a bounce. Kick a goal, Darren. 3 bounces in the web. He loves it. He runs to 40. Oh, you'll be great scenes of joy, Malcolm. Take us through it because you rode that home as well.
It is an exciting game, footy, sometimes, isn't it? And here we are at the back. I mean, you've got to cheat a bit, I told you, in these conditions. And he's the best one in the business. Oh, look at that. But this is his quality, isn't it? The fact he just slowed down ever so slightly and able to kick it.
That brings Gary Durkay onto the ground. And the Kangaroos hit back as Harvey's kick goes down towards the forward line. McLeod beautifully caught, loses it. Could be costly. Harvey, look at him go! Brent Harvey, 30 metres out. This will be a sensational goal, and it is. Wonderful play from the Kangaroos, and in particular, Brent Harvey, who's got his second.
I don't care who you barrack for. You have to love this player. He's just a fresh-faced young kid. There's not much of him. It just shows anybody can play the game. He's not big at all, but he cuts them apart with his pace.
Schwartz just handed it to Ahmad, whose pace can really expose him. He takes the line. Have a look at this for a burst. He's run 100 metres in 9.78. He's running faster than the footy. Could this be an unbelievable goal? Lines them up. What a goal! It's one of the greats of all time.
And he's happy about it too, isn't he?
Well, I tell you what, Bruce. I don't know whether commentary was great. I don't think commentary can do this goal justice. You just want to have a look at that's in the half-back flank near the back pocket. He's picked. Look at the pace on that fella. That is unbelievable. He fumbled it. He sidestepped. You will go a long, long way to see a better goal than that. That is the goal of the year without question.
Daniel Harford, the playmaker across that back line, sets it up to check. It's where the Hawks run really hard. They look dangerous.
on the charge. Barlow to check.
Keep going.
Casual bounce through the centre square. Runs inside 50. Runs to 45. Daniel Check drills a goal. Magnificent by the Hawks.
Great kick here by Harper to set up Daniel Chick once again.
He's on the defensive 50 when he gets it.
Just brilliant handball over the top there to Barlow. Was under enormous pressure. The old 1, 2, 3 bounces. This is a great example for young footballers. Balanced up. His last 3 strides was brilliant.
Oh, great running by Andy McLeod. He could go all the way. Skirts the boundary line. He loves the MCG. McLeod. Oh, it looks good. What a goal.
Well, that's the best goal kick today. That was a magnificent solo performance that time by McLeod. Look at Risciuto here.
Handball,
he sets it up.
I mean, Kev, the handball had to be spot on. I mean, McLeod did not lose any stride from that handball from Mark Risciuto. They are the 2 Rolls Royce in the midfield. They're important players. If they're going to win this game, it's Risciuto and McLeod to get back into it.
Picked up by Andrew Embley, the 2 32s on each other, and Bruce has kicked the last 2 goals of the game. Low Roden bursts out of the middle and burns off Cousins to kick another goal. Well, that's the quickest goal you'll see from a centre bounce.
And you can't really say other much than what you sort of saw on television. It just came straight out of the centre bounce. There was no resistance whatsoever. Have a look at this, Jeff Farmer, who has just been in total good form. Jeff White, I should say. And Woden, who was on the move, running forward, had a little tiny bit of resistance. Cousin was on his tail.
Leave the silly lateral thinking stuff
Now
to me,
I give
Dennis.
you the rough diamonds and you polish them up.
Here's Beaumont. Work on it. Been polishing for a long time. Beaumont can finish it off with a goal. Go all the way, Simon Beaumont. Have another bounce. Keep going and kick a goal. Oh. He's done it. He has capped off a memorable day.
He just missed the post.
Beaumont gets his first goal.
Yeah, I ought to count him. Can we count him? I must admit I didn't count. Here we go. Here we go.
There it is. 1,
2. Not a great bouncer either. 3. Has to keep hunting at 4, 5.
Have another one.
6. Oh, it's only 6. Oh, it's grazed the post. Give him a goal anyhow.
Over the shoulder, but boundary throw in. King bursting towards goal. What a kick! David King, the first goal of the game. Terrific start for the Kangaroos. Didn't quite see what happened from the boundary throw-in, Jason, but they did get a good clearance, didn't they?
Yeah, it was a beautiful tap, and he just backed himself. I mean, King just, he was on the run. He knew he had the pace after the hit forward from McKernan came from the throw-in, and look at the emotion.
I don't know what happened to 5% because he's been sensational. Here's Bradley getting them going again. Franchina rips through the middle of Camporelli. This is becoming a procession. He goes for goal! Thank you, says the bucket! The Carlin machine is warming up for the Bombers.
There was a bloke down on the boundary line that put his reputation on the line as a tipster. Richard Osmond said they'd win by 10. He might be conservative.
Exactly right.
Just have a look at the deft skills here. Firstly, of Ratton, it was a purposeful handball, and this one from Franchina, just to the voice, was outstanding. But the underground handball by Brett Ratton just showed his true class. He had it bouncing up lace out.
Won't have too many kicks like that though, they're playing in the last line of defence. Ronnie Burns just to finish them off. Some magic from Ronnie! What about that one? If you don't mind umpire.
Oh dear, he just put the hands in the air, the 2 arms in the air, victory, and stood at the crowd down there in the right forward pocket. I mean, entertainment is what this game is all about. And Ronnie's given them the cheapest bit of entertainment they've had for the afternoon. Look at this.
The only thing he didn't do was hit the target.
Birds had it and lost it. Marsh
Tries to find his teammate there. Jarman does well. Rolls the shoulders and kicks a goal. Magnificent play by Darren Jarman.
He's absolute quality, Darren Jarman. Malcolm Blight loved him just for his finishing, his quality. Good use early. Fed one off the Marsh early in the quarter. Just rolled the shoulders. Great play here. Just smart, balance up, doesn't panic under pressure. That's what quality players do. They only see goals or their teammates. They don't see opposition. Very, very good play.
He stayed down. Hayes is in front. Got to go against McKenna. Go, Lenny, go! Oh, he's got the rockstar name. It's the rockstar finish. Lenny Hayes.
Gee, they're happy, aren't they? Look at this.
Oh, the Saints ablaze.
Well, there's only one St Kilda player who's not jumping in that huddle. Up the ground, Maxie Hutchin, a bit too tired to be able to get all the way up there from full back. Now he's come up to greet some of the players on their way back. They have been inspirational in this last 10 minutes.
It was Harvey, though, wasn't it? You know, when Harvey kicked that goal, I mean,
That's what got them.
They were a chance, but they needed things to happen for them, and Harvey created something when he just kept following the ball, toe poked it, gathered and kicked the goal. Back to McDonald, he couldn't gather it. Delaney. Big Damien goes down. Uze. Oh, magnificent foot skills. Soccer-style stuff. And the goal of the day! Adam Uze!
If you don't mind.
What a goal by Adam Uze! 11-8 to 6-7. 31 points now the margin in favour of the Demons.
That was just sensational play. Just pushed the ball forward. A couple of good tackles there by the Melbourne side. Nathan Burke thought he had the ball. There's Uze, just kicked it off the ground on his left foot, which is a natural left footer.
There's Prescott. Just drops it on the turf. McManus just gets away. Shoots, impossible angle. Great goal. Oh, what a goal.
Well, moments ago, it looked like the Eagles were going to stamp their authority on this game, but to their credit, the Fremantle Dockers have got the last 2 goals, and that was an inspirational goal from McManus there. Originally put under some pressure from Wirapunda, and especially on his left foot. He was in the wrong pocket for a left footer.
Powell dropped it, but he has backup support in the form of Uze, who goes long in towards full forward. Here's the Wizard again. Watch this. On the boundary line, loses it, regains it, onto the left. Wizard. You are a wizard. You are unbelievable.
I'm not going to comment on that, Sandy. I'm just going to let the replay do the talking. That was just amazing.
Oh, golly. Well, what a player he is, and tell you what, there's a lot of excited Melbourne supporters here. We're just having a look at a few of them close to us, Aussie. When this one went through, they were just jumping to their feet. Why wouldn't they? What a star. A chance for the Crows here to seal it if they can kick a goal. McLeod, always dangerous, but he's beautifully talented. Somehow he escapes. Genius. And he has just about done it.
Well, he hasn't just about.
He's a genius.
He has done it. And it hasn't been his best year so far. But when games are in the balance, class will win every time. Watch his ball handling. What's the strength of his hips? Just shrugs off Nick Stevens.
That is a class act, isn't it?
Toya, gathered by Black. Black kicks it to the advantage of Waterhouse. He gets back, Clive, shot at goal! As he popped it through, it's a miracle goal by Waterhouse. 4 goals to Clive from India. He is a sensation tonight.
Get it, India.
4 goals, 3 he's kicked. Oh, dear me. Have a look at this.
Heath Black just putting the ball to his advantage. And one out, there's very few players who are going to knock off Clive from India.
He can put the Brisbane side's defence under pressure with this kick. White up high, couldn't take the mark. Simmons. And eventually,
look at this.
Farmer shot at goal. It's a goal! David Schwartz shepherds it through, and the Wizards done it again. 3 goals to wash your hands, Jeffrey. Jeff White has kicked a couple, and the Demons get the first goal of the second half.
Well, this is one of the goals of the year. Absolutely no right to put that through.
Williams kicks down towards full forward, fisted away by Prestigiacomo, grabbed by Gehrig. Gehrig, the snap, it looks pretty good. He's making Ken Judge look like a genius.
Just their second efforts. We spoke about Braun, about once he makes a contest, back onto it again. And that's where they're so good. Chambers kicks the ball down here. Williams quickly onto his boot. But Gehrig, just his balance to keep his feet. Just a bit too slow there, Prestigiacomo. Just a couple of spurts by Gehrig. Good left foot snap.
Primus tried to pluck it out of the air. Big Steve Alessio trying to hold it in there. Fabian Francis scouting as well and asking the question. I think that's Carousella at the bottom of his head, his jumper taken off. Blumfield is there, Long is there. Crutch as that ball is snapped in towards goal. That is a sensational kick by Matthew Lloyd. What a goal. Matthew Lloyd has kicked his first and he has kicked his 67th for the season. What a gem.
Yes, when you're hot, and the ball in very crowded, very rough. Just flicks out here. Just see Long to Lloyd on his wrong foot. He's put that high. There's no wind to help it. That's gone straight through the middle.
To provide a Shepherd does so. Ross can go all the way here, but decided to kick it up long. There's a bit of room in front of him. Needs a mark. Over the back. Lynch for number 4. Coming round and goal! Well, he saw Malcolm. We said something at half-time. We thought, look, 11 goes down. We just want the Lions to make a go and do something. At least they've started in the right vein.
Yes, they have, and they've moved all their players from the kick-outs to one side. Michael Voss the kick, and once again the ball's gone over the back. Amazing, isn't it? And another goal's pinched from behind.
Couldn't take the mark. Oh, magnificent Maxfield. Look at the kick. Get on the end of that. Oh, he's got a bruise on his chest, Paul Kelly. And he goes past, and he goes past, and he goes bang, and he goes goal. Oh, the kick from Maxfield, if you don't mind, an absolute ball biter.
What's that blood pressure?
And Sydney by 11 points. He kicks it towards half forward. It's a vacant area. Ahmat to swoop on it. Ahmat to deliver. Saddington. There's a kick. It'll be marked, will it? No, it won't. It was O'Loughlin who got back. He's still going to get a chance. Oh, Michael O'Loughlin! Sir Michael of the cloth. Third goal to O'Loughlin. Magnificent play. Swans 7 points in front, and we've got 5 minutes left.
Just for the record, I think we should pay tribute to Robbie Ahmat. He missed the last goal, but this one creates it. He just attacked that footy, and he had the presence of mind that time to lay it off. Michael O'Loughlin, what a great recovery it was. In fact, the Tigers did well to come back 1-on-2, but O'Loughlin's pure genius got the goal.
Well, he doesn't. He just goes back and winds into it. It's a big one, not quite big enough. Still it's alive. Abraham trying to get some room for himself. He runs a long way. Back onto the left. Oh, don't tell me he's kicked that one off the left. That is unbelievable goal.
At the end of this game, if North Melbourne win by a goal or two, you're going to have to remember Shannon Grant from that pocket on his left foot, and now one from Abraham. Just sensational. Kick almost gets there from Joel. Tried to knock it through. Somehow or other it came back out again. And here we are. How many steps is that? Probably 14 and a half metres.
Yeah, 16 I've got. Got to pay it.
Hungry now, but look at Liberatore working hard. Off to Brown. He chips in towards half forward. He wanted Grant. Grant wanted the free kick. Now he's going to have to soccer it forward. Very cleverly, almost to Johnson. Beautifully done. Wonderful play by Chris Grant. And finally they break the ice. Sensational play by Grant as he was able to get that to Johnson. And he makes amends for his quarter-time problems.
Well, it was great, no doubt about that. It was very, very clever play, and Johnson here just didn't quite rush it. They just popped it through.
70 metres out, spears the pass in towards Mitch, can't take it. Spriggs needs to get rid of it smartly. He does so. Hocking tries to put it out to Mitch. Mitch goes again, beautifully done to O'Brien. Finish it off with a goal. Sensational play. His okay is young Danny O'Brien, the 20-year-old from Gippsland. Mitch combining with him.
David Spriggs, that's what he's paid to do. He gets the ball out. If he just takes an example from the way the putter got that loose ball to the Cats' advantage, then he's going to develop into a star.
In the ruck, quick kick away, Knowles. Onto the wing, it's one-on-one. Davis against Makepeace. Stood the ground really well then. And the handball to Thompson was creative. Through Heatley and onto Elliott's chest. He wanted to dish it, and he did to Heatley. Keep on running, Freddie Campbell. Got plenty of space. He could have handballed over the top, but he said he'll kick it instead. And the Saints are in front.
You know, you keep just giving praise to young players. But I tell you what, for a bloke who's played a handful of games, that Chad Davis looks as though he's been around for 5 years.
He's
set it up.
Player. He's a smart player. In fact, he's been involved in the last 3 goals for the Saints. I think Andrew Thompson's had a fair run in it too, Robbo, and his stats of 12 possessions reflect a pretty fair half. Doesn't waste too many.
We've got a shove in the back, and it was just shoveled out that time by Fletcher. So the Bombers, with these runners coming from everywhere, Jason Johnson pumps it to Barnes, playing the kick in front of the play, not behind the play, in front of the play. They'll rocket the ball forward. Look at Johnson, he's come down from half back, kicks to the square, this could bounce through! Magnificent!
Well, what a passage of play, almost the Kangaroos marking goal to Kelthorpe. And then they just swooped on a half a mistake, and well, Johnson has been a star all season. And Johnny Barnes, as you said, he's become that link player through the middle. He doesn't drop down into defence. They don't need him down there because their defence is so potent. And a very good running goal there to Johnson.
Stevens, it's a difficult one to grab, and Poulton did it very well. Then got the hand pass to Nick Stevens. He ran into a brick wall, but he didn't get rid of it. This is dangerous. Fabian Francis is running all the way through. Spears another hand pass out now. They can go through Montgomery to goal. What play! Great play! That is the best play of the night.
That certainly was. Certainly was slippery conditions. Nick Stevens had crashing through the middle. The ball went loose. Fabian Francis, usually if he gets that close, he is going to have a shot. See, Jared Poulton went to ground, rode the bump there, got the ball out. Fabian Francis out wide, saw the running Montgomery, who'd come from a long way back. And as we said, he came here as a goal kicker, put it through, and that certainly has lifted Port Adelaide's spirits. Plenty of celebration on that goal.
To the footy in this second term with no opponent. Pavlich to Harding, to the centre of the ground, Adrian Fletcher, best and fairest from last year, draws a man, Bandy. Oh, good running by the Dockers. And this is James Clement from 52 metres, who rockets a mighty kick.
Oh!
Well, first goal of the season to James Clement, and they've come from everywhere.
And they've shaped this beautifully. Ball came from Pavlich, went back to the centre of the ground, and instead of going wide, they've just generated the run through the midfield, and Clement has run deep from defence. He's got a good kick anyway.
So Robrin. And Buckley had nobody in front of himself. And so he was probably looking for the line, just didn't quite reach it. And down the other end it goes to Hart. Inside the 50 to Wren. Michael's had a tough job since he went back there. Here's McLeod. Four goals to Supermac.
Well, it was set up by some very good running from defence. Benny Hart has screamed down the outer wing, and the ball came to him. As you'll see Benny Hart on the end of this, he's looking for Sean Wren, and the big fella leads strongly. Good work by Simon Pesce-Giacomo. Good roving by Kimmy Costa. Sees the goals, realise he probably can't get there, but Andrew McLeod can.
The handball away to Mackay.
They get a lot of numbers in the corridor just to use up, and they break out from there.
Camperetti's going to have to get rid of it, Lappin. Wonderful handball.
Good call.
Back to Colpert. Oh, that was clever. Gave a dummy. Whitnell's the target. Wellman did very well. Got to the front. Porter tries to force it forward. Houlihan's give. Ratton to put the Blues in front. He's done it. This is a game of footy.
Brett Ratton is just, he's as natural on the left foot as you would ever see. He's had 22 possessions already. Now he's kicked a goal. And he is looking to be perhaps a key figure in this match tonight.
He called a bit of danger there, Bruce, when the ball was down inside defensive 50. But Carlton, just with McKay and those sorts of blokes, get a lot of defensive players by themselves.
Ratton out of the centre as he's done so often. Rioli, what a move that's been by Kevin Sheedy at three-quarter time. Hume pushes back, and then Franchina toe pokes. Jason Johnson's played the last quarter. Mark Johnson, Mercury, they're on the burst. Mercury with a bounce, takes his man on, goes out wide to the pocket. Blumfield's been terrific. Back to Jason Johnson, and Jason Johnson kicks a goal. What a team they are.
Checked up on himself just as he kicked it. He's blazed away from a couple of set shots, and on the move through here, when you'll see on the replay, he actually checks himself.
And I'll tell you what made the goal here, Dermot. You have a look at Justin Blumfield. It's that handball. He had another option outside him, but he brought it back inside.
Zilla got a bit of a shove and then got a little bit of a leg to the head. All ignored by the umpire. Calvert took it down to Carey. How's that for an assist? Oh, great foot control by Wayne Carey. And Abraham said, how did you do that?
Yeah, I think he'd be privately pretty pleased with that one, despite the lack of emotion on the face. But that was just brilliant skill from Carey. And I think he's just amusing himself out there at the moment. Take us through this, Dennis.
Little side-footed was with the outside of the boot. Happens every 5 minutes or so in this game.
Ronaldo might have been pleased with that one.
Wallace and Sheedy over the years. Sheedy for 20 years and Wallace for 4 or 5. Lucas, he's gone. Second time Lucas got it.
Now, why wouldn't you pass it to Buick, who's 20 metres in front of you all on his own?
It's a good question. Libber's kick, carousel of Bartlett, important. Now Johnson's missed one. Coming back. It's a great kick. Liberatore, you take that goal.
He has had 6 tackles already, and after he dragged down Scott Lucas, I will say this, Scott Lucas did go and apologise to Darren Buick. He realised he'd been selfish. He wanted to take him on and have a bounce and run into the attacking 50, but it's cost his team a goal in the end.
Can't get anything going. Maxfield off the left, high into the pocket. Kelly, Lewis. Now the chance with Dragicevic. Opportunity now there for Saddington. Now Ahmad, snapshot by Ahmad's a goal. And I'm tired from commentating on it. By gee whiz, wasn't that hard work?
Your time. What about the stats bloke? He has got RSI the right
to get the ball through the goal.
He's written down 34 kicks and 73 handballs.
Unbelievable.
Great job.
Well, Robbie Ahmad has kicked his first goal after kicking 3 behinds. But importantly for Sydney, they did work very hard to keep it alive and eventually got the goal.
All set up, backing back. Too much carry again on the ball. It was looking for Wosley. Crawford got back quickly, so the ball's still alive. Atkins can trap it. It's going to stay in play. The young man does well from almost an impossible angle. Has kicked the goal. 2 goals to Atkins. And the Pies have started in magnificent fashion.
Has there been a better dream debut than from this man, Damien Atkins, 19 years of age.
And plenty of poise too, because this ball was going to stay in the field of play. He didn't rush it. Young man from Leongatha, played with the Gippsland under-18s, cool as you like, and from what is almost an impossible angle at the MCG, has slotted it through. Minute 25 left. Throw in on 50 for Hawthorn. To the square. Barker. It's a goal. Drummond has kicked the goal. Incredible. Brendan Drummond has kicked a magnificent goal. That's his second. He kicked one in the first quarter. And there it is, that quick snap from the boundary throw in. And look at Crummell.
Gee, good crashing work by the Eagles. Morrison, Cummings, Matera loves this. He'll use his pace to try and get the break on. Oh! For a beauty.
That's why people come to the footy, isn't it? I mean, that was just sensational work by Philip Matera.
It was sensational work, and Nathan Burke, as honest as the day's long, and he made every attempt he could to put Matera under pressure. He wasn't going to allow Matera one step back into the corridor, but Matera didn't need it on this occasion. We see Cummings go to him, he's still under pressure there. Burke's working as hard as he can, but just the pace of Matera and be able to balance and get it on his left foot and thread that through. That's just great stuff to watch. Sensational stuff.
Onto the left foot, Bartlett, he wants that 5th goal. Can he get it? Oh, he does it beautifully. Bounced away in the goal, Trent. Here's number 5. Yes, sirree.
Well, what about that fragility? And they all jumped to their feet to applaud. Most of the people there, the Bulldogs, were applauding his skill. The curator was applauding the fact that he didn't mark the footing, so he didn't scratch his turf. Showed a fine turn of speed there, though, wasn't it?
Well, almost shades of soccer in the way he just turned his opponent inside out. As soon as he got around that man, there was no stopping him, straight into goal. Very happy goals.
Swans lead by a point. There's still time, though. Lucuria. Oh, this is a play to Rocker. There is a minute to go, and Anthony Rocker can go back and give Collingwood the lead. What a game this has been.
Yeah, this has been a fantastic game. We saw Wayne Schwass outside 50, kicking for goal down there. We saw the umpire go down. Paul Lucuria, a very, very good kick. And here it is, Anthony Rocker playing against his old team, going back to put them in front.
I tell you what is amazing about the Collingwood boys. They're only a young bunch of blokes. They're playing with a lot of enthusiasm, but haven't they been cool and calm under the pressure tonight?
No doubt, Plugger. There's some stations are leaving straight after the match. They're going to West Coast and Adelaide. I'm sure you are enjoying this as much as we are. This is taking a long time. This will probably be the last play of the night. It's going and going and going. Rocker's kicked it. Collingwood are in front. They haven't won here for 6 years. Plugger, they haven't won here for 6 years, and there's less than a half a minute to go.
Oh, well, what an amazing game. Look, there's still plenty of time yet. They can, Swans can turn around. If they get the ball out of the middle, they can score a goal. But look, not long to go now. You would have to think that Collingwood would be favourites to win this game now.
Tony, just how good a kick was that with the pressure on him from that distance?
Oh, look, that's just, well, your words can't describe that for a young bloke. I mean, the pressure's been on Anthony Rocker for a few years now, but that kick alone will silence a lot of critics.
King, Stafford. Stafford gave him a little shove. Riccardi. What a goal! You liked it, Plugger?
Fantastic, wasn't it? A great snapshot, and that's what it's all about.
Riccardi's had a number of those possessions tonight. We actually pointed out at quarter time, he had 9 possessions in the first quarter, I think it was, and we really hadn't seen him, but he's had actually a lot of these little kicks which can be very important.
Farmer's down there, he might go for Jeffrey. He's in front, he stays down, Farmer at the back! Oh, he's going off the ground!
Oh, he hasn't.
Unbelievable! Unbelievable! He's got 7.
Wash your hands, Jeffrey. That was unbelievable, wasn't it? 6 goals. Would you do that? Would you be game enough to do that? Or would you try and pick the ball up? Have a look at this.
I'd like to pick it up just to make sure of it, but when you're going like he is at the moment, you just do it, mate. You're red hot.
Oh, dear,
he's on fire. He is the wizard.
That's a good match-up. Hurds to the left footer back. Blumfield went early. Hook back was good by Lappin. Terrific Norcroft. Unbelievable stuff. It's a goal. A goal from nowhere.
Well, the last person I saw do that was Darren Jarman in the game last year. Unbelievable play, but that was a kick to the goal square. Just like it should have been down the other end about 30 seconds ago. Because you put pressure on. There was no pressure in the end. It took a lot of time. Everyone got set. And that is an absolute freak act of football.
McLeod unperturbed. Gives the hand pass back to Gallagher. They'll get there eventually. Gallagher goes in towards the Birdman. Oh, somehow he's kicked a miracle goal. Oh, sensational.
Well, we'll have to see this again. He didn't hold the mark. And Andrew McLeod lucky to get away with the ball. It appeared to hold David King. But here's the kick. Watch Burton fly. And what does he do? Well, he got it under his boot. He threw it under his boot. Connected.
But whatever was wrong with Michael Voss earlier on isn't wrong with him now. He's come back hard.
Yeah,
the jabs strapped him everywhere.
The jabs have worked.
They're working. He's actually had quite a few possessions since coming back on. It's a very crowded forward line. It should suit Collingwood. Oh, he's gone the roost.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Oh, yes. Michael Voss.
Malcolm, you've lost your crown. I tell you what, that's up there with yours.
And look at the celebration of the Lions. I mean, we're talking about the game going a bit flat. He's turned it around, hasn't he? He doesn't kick goals like that.
No, well, I've always said, I mean, what he did do, and I talk about this a lot, is he actually kicked up. But I reckon you got more chance of kicking a goal if you kick up and follow through. No, this is a shorter ground than Optus Oval.
It's going left foot, up and under to full forward. Bowyer can mark, we know that. Donnelly belts away, goes towards the pocket, in the pocket. Little one off the ground.
It's gone through.
It is a goal. Lekas.
That is unbelievable.
Lekas has kicked a freakish goal from nowhere.
Well, he is just, as you said, Bruce, he's made that out of nothing. All he was doing was running behind Jakovic, trying to put pressure on him. Jakovic would have been looking to take it over the boundary. He just overruns the ball, good use of the body, and it's a toe poke. A toe poke with no angle, and he threads the needle.
It's a fluke, isn't it? But they all count.
Call to play on now. Goes with the left foot in towards full forward. Smash down. Here is the Norm Smith medalist. That's the way you do it. McLeod at work.
Oh, there's some, I must say, there's some magical sights in footy. I don't think there's much better than that. Well, many better than that, I should say. It was just a great read. Big fist from McIntosh. And it's just too quick. It's hit him, bounced off, and Andrew McLeod, just wonderful take.
Long way from goal, and just getting it up underneath it now. Bradshaw's got to beat 3.
He did.
Almost. He's still in it. Little giveaway there is James on the up. Mead. They're going to be in trouble. Colton, Headland the tackle, play on the call, still working. Agamanis, little foot onto it. Now from an impossible angle, hooking it back. Don't tell me. Don't tell me! Oh, what a goal, Jason Agamanis!
You'd do cartwheels over a goal like that, wouldn't you?
Malcolm, I think we'll see a handstand today, but that's a lucky one, but you're still... I love to see it. We talked about needing a miracle in 2.5 quarters, and there it is.
Yeah, one of the problems I've got with that, though, when you're 10 goals in front, you don't need them. You want them when you're 3 goals behind in another game, somewhere down the track. You can use your luck up too much in one game, I reckon. But that is, well, that's a freak, and the goal umpire's got his lot too.
Unkind bounce. Burns comes out, knocks it down. In goes Jakovic. Back comes Burns. Burns with the outside of the foot. What's that? It bounces through for a goal. Remarkable.
Well, Ronnie Burns, if you are going to see something sensational in a game of football, out of all the players tonight, then it's going to come from him. Almost similar to the goal that he did at Shell Stadium, which was on the boundary. Was Jakovic held here too long? No. And a lovely check side kick. An absolute match winner he can be on his day, Ronnie Burns. And there he is saying to the crowd, how good was that? Give us a round of applause.
Able to lay the handball off. Ward sets the pass up. Farmer. Oh, he dropped it. Again, maybe the wind having an impact, but Farmer might do it the hard way. Farmer does it the hard way.
He doesn't. He hasn't.
He has to make it look harder than it is, and he kicks it.
Well, we just marvel at the skills of this bloke, Jeff Farmer. Just a bit earlier, the Dockers did brilliantly. They went forward, they kicked the ball nice and long in the Waterhouse. The ball was turned over. Young Troy Cook went for the mark. He should have stayed down. But here we are. This bloke is a wizard. I mean, that is just That's not a
miraculous.
fluke. It's not a fluke, Robbo. He's tried to do that. That is brilliant. Great pressure too by young James Walker to put him under that pressure. Great goal by the Wizard.
I think what this is Fletcher breaking away, goes out wide to Gardner. Suddenly it's the Eagles looking better. Gardner, who is a long kick, kicks from 52. It'll fall in short. Philip Matera in from the side, glass almost the mark. Philip Matera kicking it, he's fourth, and it's a beauty. Wonderful snap.
Well, Philip Matera probably should have taken the mark in the first place there, and young Darren Glass has come in from the side because Matera had been doing all the work. Clement was coming back on him, and he just kept using his hands to push back, push back, push back. We'll take another look when Gardner comes in here, and Gardner's been very, very good after being 6 weeks out. He's certainly shown no sign of lack of fitness there, we can see. And you'd say Glass would actually sport Philip Matera, but we all know how quick and dynamite this little fella is on the ground.
It's a high ball in towards full forward. That is almost a mark, but it's not paid, so Voss will play on. And he's found the goal with a magnificent left foot snap. Only Michael Voss can do that.
I think you're right, Sandy. That was just pure genius. He was gone, Bloody. He went right, and he was in huge trouble. And somehow he found some space on the left.
Nearly a grab there by Bradshaw too, wasn't it? Pretty good get out from, just slay it on your boot and see what happens.
A little gift from Lynch to Voss was all right, wasn't it?
To borrow a line from you, Sandals, my hat.
Ball to play on now. Goes with the left foot in towards full forward. Smashed out. Here is the Norm Smith medal. That's the way you do it.
Well, wouldn't want to have too many kicks like that, though, if you're playing in the last line of defence. Ronnie Burns just to finish them off. Some magic from Ronnie! What about that one?
Entertainment is what this game is all about. And Ronnie's given them the cheapest bit of entertainment they've had for the afternoon. Look at this.
The only thing he didn't do was hit the target.
McLeod up the turn, gives the hand pass back to Gallagher. I'll get there eventually. Gallagher goes in towards the third man. Oh, somehow he kicked a miracle goal. Oh, sensational.
And what does he do? Well, he got it under his boot. He threw it under his boot.
Connected. Hurd to the left foot of back. Blumfield went early. Hook back was good by Lappin. Terrific Norfolk. Unbelievable stuff. It's a goal. A goal from nowhere.
And that is an absolute freak act of football.
They're going to be in trouble. Colton, Edlin the tackle, play on the call. Still working. Hackermanis, little foot onto it. Now from an impossible angle. Hooking it back. Don't tell me. Don't tell me! Oh, what a goal! Goes to Hackermanis!
When you're 10 goals in front, you don't need them. You want them when you're 3 goals behind in another game, somewhere down the track. You can use your luck up too much in one game, I reckon. But that is, well, that's a freak, and the goal umpire dropped his lot too.
Sets it up to check. It's where the Hawks run really hard. They look dangerous. On the charge, Barlow the check. Keep going. Casual bounce through the centre square. Runs inside 50. Runs to 45. Daniel check. Drills the goal. Magnificent by the Hawks. Able to lay the handball off. Ward sets the pass out. Farmer. Oh, he dropped it. Again, maybe the wind having an impact, but Farmer might do it the hard way. Farmer does it the hard way. He has to make it look harder than it is, and he kicks it.
But here we are. This bloke is a whistle. I mean, that is just... That's not a fluke. It's not a fluke, Robbo. He's tried to do that. That is brilliant. Great pressure too by young James Walker to put him under that pressure.
It's a very crowded forward line. It should suit Collingwood. Oh, he's gone to roost.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Oh, yes. Michael Voss.
Malcolm, you've lost your ground.
No, this is a shorter ground than off the table.
Saddington, there's a kick. It'll be marked, will it? No, it won't. It was O'Loughlin who got back. He's still going to get a chance. Oh, Michael! O'Loughlin! Sir Michael at the clock!
Punch by Locker. What a great recovery it was. Oh, in fact, the Tigers did well to come back 1-on-2, but O'Loughlin, pure genius, got the goal.
Schwartz just handed it to Ahmad, whose pace could really expose him. He takes the line, have a look at this from Burns. He's run 100 metres in 9.78. He's running faster than the 40. Could this be an unbelievable goal? Lawrence for Mark. What a goal! It's one of the greats of all time. And he's happy about it too, isn't he? Well, I'll tell you what, Bruce. I don't know whether commentary, it's great commentary can do this goal justice. You just want to have a look at that's in the halfback flank near the back pocket. Look at the pace on that fella. That is unbelievable. He fumbled it. He sidestepped. You will go a long, long way to see a better goal than that. That is the goal of the year without question.
Well, there's no doubt about Roosie. He was spot on. Paul Roos called it back in round 20. Robbie Ahmat had goal of the year all stitched up. And who could argue with that inspirational effort? Well, I think you'll agree we've witnessed a veritable smorgasbord of the biggest highlights from a classical season 2000. I hope you've enjoyed the program, and I'm sure next season will provide us again with a whole host of memorable highlights from undoubtedly the greatest game on earth.
England is unreal.